welcome back to A Little Lemon True Crime. Mom did coming at you in the house. There goes our notification. Now, you guys, we're going to stay with the Nancy Guthrie case in Tucson, Arizona today, and I'm going to be focused on Annie. And the reason is not that I'm saying she's guilty. I want to see what the cards come out and say. She's a witch herself. She trusts the energy. So do I. Only I rely on Jesus as my savior. I'm just saying. And with that being said, everything I share with you is my humble opinion. It is not fact. This is just a reading of the energies. In that, I'm not a medium. I don't talk to the dead, you guys. I am not a psychic, and I do not play one on TV. All right, my lovelies, without further ado, let me get my phone to where I can see chat, because, oh, I just hit the mic. I want to see what we get out of this little deck. It's the Truth Oracle. And God is my messenger. He gives me everything. I do not rely on spirits. I do not rely on other gods or deities or any of that. Nope, this is just me and God. Right here, show me what we need. Oh, we got a ton of cards that just came out, and they're all face down. So it's going to be a surprise. We have encounter, meet by chance, love at first sight, and it says crush. So we have a couple. And I find that very interesting because this is very much embracing this concept of Annie and Tommaso in theory, only theory, could have a motive because they're overwhelmed by having to care for Nancy Guthrie. And so in this, talking about Annie, we're looking at her partner. Let's go ahead, put that over here. Let me get rid of all this crap that keeps popping up. Next card. Miss you. Miss Wait and Eager. Well, her mother's gone. Missing is what I feel. Let's see what else. Mirror, reflection, reference, distinguish, and appearance. How interesting that this mirror would come up because there's a lot of mirroring energy amongst Annie and Tommaso, as well as if this is about February 1st being the reason that Nancy was taken on that day. If that is because of the embolic, then this mirror is everything, because the embolic is talking about mirroring your energy from what you would like to happen by taking action to ground it in real life on that day. Mirroring, reflection. Silence. Boy, is this true. It says keep silent, coercion, and hint. Interesting, because this very much is Annie's energy. She's only spoken once that I know of on camera, and that was very interesting. Okay, so what we have is we have this silence card, and Annie and Tommaso have been very, very silent. So let's continue on Annie's reading. We have the message. Now remember, the secret mutilator contacted Annie on her private cell. We still don't know how he would have got her number unless it was shared with him somehow. So we have this message, communication records, call records, instant messaging. I would love to know if what they gave the police was their real phones, but what if they had burner phones the police didn't know about? Just saying. Let me get this light over here so you can see the cards better. I don't know if that helped or not, but interesting. Encounter, miss you, mirror, silence, and message. I'm going to dig out our true crime cards. Now, you guys, the way we're going to work it is I'm going to do this quick little reading. It's not going to be very long. And then I'm going to hand it over on the next live to all of our beautiful subscribers. We were members only live last time for our Q&A session. So today I'm going to hand it over to all the subscribers. All right, encounter. Show me what we have there. And Ned, thank you, lovely, for the membership. We have beach. Show me missing you. We have healing. Show me mirror. We have lies. So deceit. See how this is the bed? Doesn't it look like Nancy's bed to you? I mean, not specifically. I'm just saying, like, the bed she was taken from. And we have lies. So this isn't about ocean, really. It's about the beach, the land. And the land is all sand. You can have a dry, right? The desert was once an ocean. All right? Let me see silence. This is going to be interesting. Child. Is she the silent child? Does she choose her words very specifically? And message. What about this? Look at, she got a hidden card too, because there's another one below this. She has debt, right? The message was all about the debt from Kalila. Did you get the money? We're waiting on our end. Debt. And then love. And look, it's a red heart, and it looks like it, you know, it's got ash all over it, or salt or something, and it's a heart. And it makes me think of burning love, because it's red. You can see red back here. Interesting. But yeah, you guys are far better at asking questions than I am, so I will definitely let you guys take over. Like I said, I just want to do a quick read, not too terribly long. I want to understand Annie. Did she have anything to do with the abduction of her mother? And we have this 5 of Pentacles, which is this abandonment. And that is what I do feel, is that Annie, she, in my humble opinion, is wanting to abandon responsibility. This person's in ill health. This person's barefoot. This person can barely walk. They're on crutches. And they have a cast. Their leg is up. They can barely walk, just like Nancy. So you're going to have to help them. But this card is the 5 of Pentacles, which is orphanage, leaving someone behind. I think of Annie in the orphanage. Well, when it comes to Nancy, was she orphaned in a sense, and nobody to care for her any longer? And it falls right near this whole healing energy. So we have this encounter, and then we move this couple encountering abandonment. They're wanting to abandon something, perhaps for travel. Could do with a Jay Slater reading soon. CFC, that's a brilliant idea. If you guys want me to do a Jay Slater reading, even if you're on replay, go ahead and put it in the comments. Let me know, because I would do that. I have been thinking about Jay lately. Summer's coming, you know. All right, we have Miss You and Healing. Did Annie Guthrie have any? Look, we have a card up. The Queen of Wands. To me, this is the Annie Guthrie card. Because of the black cat, it's the Queen of Wands. It's the one in power. It's the poet. This is somebody that has complete control and charisma. And you can see they've got a very strong masculine side, because that is a phallic symbol they're holding on to. So they have control of the fallacy. Fallacy can be lies. It can be deception. Fallacy can also, phallic can be masculine. Missing You and Healing. Show me this for Annie Guthrie when it comes to Nancy, her mother. We have spilt cups. We have spilt cups. And by the way, CFC, thank you incredibly much for that snooper chat. That is so sweet of you. So we have this spilt cups in the desert, mind you, right? And this person's so obsessed with the past. That's what the 5 of Cups is. They can't see the future. They can only see the spilt cups of the past. That reminds me of embolic. Because what are you doing? You're having to release the past energy to embrace the new energy. So we have this bed. It says healing. And I think somebody else is healing. I don't think it's Nancy. I think somebody was feeling hurt. When it comes to mirror and lies, of course, we have the little horsey of lies, right? This is the Knight of Wands. He's slick. See all the salamanders on his cloak? That's because he's slick. You can't hold on to him. He's impulsive. He does what he wants. He doesn't do what others feel is right. And it's falling on lies and mirror. Show me more on this, please. Why am I getting the mirror when it comes to the lies? Father of all lies is the devil. Father of all the lies is the devil. Hermit. It's laying close to home to Annie. So this is the home card. This is Virgo energy. And this is also following your own inner guidance. And you can see that this hermit is lighting, showing the lantern over here on this story. So he's shining the light over here. The light is showing on the lies and the manipulation. You could also see this as manipulating energy. The Knight of Wands is swift, he's passionate, but he's tricky. Silence and the child. Is Annie the silent child? Is Annie the silent one? Let me fix the phone so I got chat. There we go. Walking away from it. That's how she plans to walk away. To become small, to keep her voice silent. And there is something about these golden cups that silence is golden. There is a secret around this. Now, this tells us more than any other card here that Annie is walking away from responsibility. She has 8 cups, but you have to have 10 for satisfaction. She can't seem to get the other 2 cups. So she's going to go on a journey. And what is she doing? She's turning her back to all the cups that are upright, and she's heading out, away, on a new journey. She's traveling, and she's leaving responsibility behind, silently. And yes, I'm going to come to topside for this. Because indeed, there is silence from Nancy Guthrie. And I'm sure Annie's phone had been ringing off the hook for many years. So we have this walking away. Show me the message and the debt. What is this about when it comes to Annie Guthrie? And thank you. Protecting how far you've come. This is protecting how far you've come. And so there's this debt and the message. And the message is all about protecting yourself, making some choices. This guy's built a wall of sticks. This is the Knight of Wands. He's not going to let anybody pass. He's got that one wand that's supposed to be here in the wall. And he's guarding the only opening. So this is somebody that is very protective of their own energy. And they're walking away silently. The silence is deafening, I'm hearing in my head. Okay, let's see why that love card popped out in the middle of the read. Wow, that's the abduction card. So in traditional true crime, this is the 8 of Swords, and it's all about this person being self-imprisoned by their own words, their own thoughts, their own feelings. But in True Crime Tarot, this is the abduction card. This person is being held captive. So this is the abduction card. I'm asking about the love. And, you've got this abduction. But I want to go even a little bit further. So we're going to clean the board off. And after I go a little further, I will hand it over to my beautiful subscribers. I want to clean out this deck real quick. Put everything back in randomly. And we're going to do what I call walking the deck often. I get the whole story. Now I won't walk the entire deck because that takes a little bit long. But we will be walking the deck with Annie Guthrie to see what the intent was and what the story is, the timeline of her in relationship to the abduction of her mother. All right, lovelies, remember, everything is just my humble opinion. Here we go. Annie Guthrie and the abduction of her mother. Show me what we need to see, and thank you, Jesus. The Tower. So here we go. It's ready. Aquarius energy. We start off with the Tower. The Tower is when everything gets turned upside down. This is the catastrophe that has happened. Anytime you get the Tower, it is something that is going to get totally uprooted. There will not even be a foundation. You can see that it's a forced happening. And it can usually mean a strike to the head. It definitely can mean a strike of energy in your life that changes everything. We start off with Aquarius energy, and that's very important because Nancy's zodiac sign is Aquarius, and that's what we have, the Aquarius. We also have the attention. I feel like that is what this is a lot about, is attention. A star is someone that gets acclimates, right? Well, Cameron, he's the intelligence officer for the military. He's extremely important. He's a bright star in Nancy's world. We have Savannah, six-figure perfect family, and she worked for the Today Show. And so with her, she's a star. But is Annie a star? I think there's some healing, because that's also what the star means, and a wish come true taking place with Annie's energy. And she is removing her energy from her mother, and she's putting it in a place of healing for herself. Next, we have the Strength card. So far, we have all major arcanas. There's 22 major arcanas that tell the life of the Fool, the story of the Fool. And to get that out of 78 cards, we've got all major arcanas. That is when the universe is saying this is an event that is huge. It's a memory that you will never forget. It's a very important, fated event, a destined event that is foretold in the Akashic records. So when you get those three major arcanas in a row, you know this isn't trivial. This is big. We have the Strength card, which is Leo, which was what the Embolic, which is the holiday for the witches, and Annie is self-proclaimed witch. It is the new beginning. And in that, we have the sign of the moon is also in Leo, the full moon when Nancy's taken. And we have the Leo here. So this is taming an inner beast. And in that, you can see this person is putting their hand inside the lion's mouth. And inside this little message, it's taming the inner beast. It's saying, I can control this problem. And the lion would overpower this person. Well, so could an elderly person's wants and needs. I need this. Did you check my pills? I need my pill. I need my lunch. I need a doctor appointment. Can you take me here? Can you take me there? Okay, I'm not saying that everybody handles it the same, but this is saying that Annie has tamed an inner beast, something that was persistent, that was consistently there in her face, and she's tamed that. We move into the King of Pentacles. This is a long-term issue. This is somebody that was sitting on their throne for a very, very long time. And they have control. They have, whether they own it or they have access to a lot of money. This is financial stability. This is the King of Pentacles. This is also repetitiveness. It's establishment. It's kind of boring, monotony. It's every day, same thing over and over. It's Groundhog's Day. Okay? Along comes this offer to change things up in Annie's world. She gets an offer from a different energy, the Knight. This is an offer that sounds really good. As you can see, even the horse is bowing, saying, hey, I can help you out. So there's an energy being offered to change the stagnation, tame the inner beast, heal the situation, but it's going to require upheaval. And that offer is a fight to win at all costs. This is known as the fight to the death card. And this is where this person has taken these people and left them defenseless, removed their swords, so they no longer have anything to say. They no longer have a way to defend themselves. They're quite vulnerable. They've got their back to the assailant, and he's winning, and he's winning at all costs. So it appears that the offer is winning at all costs. We have this Queen of Swords. This come at me with your offer. I'm willing to hear your offer. This is also the Queen of Swords. This can be a lawyer. This can be courts. This can be somebody that makes a ruling or has major control of the decision. Is this someone that's saying, come at me with the offer, but I'm going to turn my back on you if you connect me to this offer? Because the Queen has her back to this offer when it comes to law involved. Annie disowned Kalila, the secret mutilator, and said, I don't know that person, and he went to jail. All right, so I don't know. But what we do have here is we have the camaraderie of three. These are three individuals that are coming together. They're having meetings. They're gathering. They're celebrating. You could also see this as a witch's coven. This is three witches. So she may have also taken this offer and offered it to the coven. And this offer was to the coven to remove Nancy from her bed. This is the Nine of Swords. Can't eat, can't sleep. This is also the nightmare that you never wake up from. Nancy, the nightmare you never wake up from because you don't know what happened. It's the unknown, as Savannah says. And what do they want to do when they take her out of the bed? They're going to cut something out. Maybe physically, maybe metaphysical. But what this is it's an energy of the sky balancing on one foot forever. He's got these plates he's keeping in the air in infinity, the infinity sign. He can't do it forever. He's making the decision with the Two of Pentacles to put something down because it's too much. You can see the oceans getting out of control back here because it's total chaos. And so the offer would go like this. We have this offer being made, and it's all about this winning at all cost. We have the Queen of Swords, the Queen, approaching the coven or the group, talking about the plan to remove this person from their bed in the dead of night, might I add you, and cut out an energy. We have the Lovers. This is what it means. It's Gemini energy. These people want to move forward in their best light. They are bearing their innocence, if you will, to the angel. But the Lovers is just simply the side view of the Devil card in the tarot. This is an attachment, meaning that you have to give something up. And this is the Sacrifice card. In the traditional tarot, this is a choice between you and someone else. It's the same in the true crime, meaning this person is ruining my life. This person is draining me. It doesn't have to be a lover. It's somebody in your intimate circle that is an energy vampire. And when you get the Lover card, it is saying, I choose myself. And I will remove myself from this energy vampire. And I told you that the Lover's card is the other side to the Devil card. Now you see what I mean. Hold on, I dropped it. No Queen Paintings here. Exactly as I said. You have the Angel, and this person's taking a self-cup of love. You have the Devil, because they're chained to the toxicity to do it. So, yes, it's good to take a self-cup of love. Put yourself first before you give everything away, and you don't take care of others before yourself. It's better to care for yourself so that you're able to help others. However, this is saying, no, This is the devil's way of doing it, which symbolic could very much be the devil energy influencing this. So now let's go ahead, continue. I'll go for another 2 minutes. We have Nancy being traveled in the dead of night. So you have the hostages in the boat. This is Six of Swords. It generally, in traditional tarot, means moving to calmer ground and you're going to be doing great. But in true crime, this is where the hostage gets moved in the boat. This is the transportation. And unfortunately, right to judgment, where the person's measured, they're weighed, and they're found wanting. We have this little page, an offer, a messenger to the Queen of Swords, divine counterpart, the King of Swords. This King of Swords has an offer from a pipsqueak, right? Could that be the Kalila saying, we did it, we took Nancy far away, now what do you want us to do with her? We have the Emperor. So you've got somebody above this person. So whoever's the page is answering to this person is answering to the important person. And it's about a stinky offer, Page in a Cup, and the commitment, the oath, the ritual of putting your burdens down, taking self-cup of love, and getting a brand new beginning. Look how light we are now. No responsibilities. This person has achieved their freedom. They're free to go. They're so free, they got polka dots. All right? They packed very, very light. Didn't take nothing. And they're taken by the King of Wands, drug dealer on speed dial, and held against their will. This is the held. You can see holding on too tight. You can see greed. You can see money. You can see this person's holding on with everything they got, which causes a lot of confusion. Seven of Cups. And then there's the death of Nancy. You can see the king is dead. We have the scorpionic energy. And this person walks away, as I explained, is Annie's card, the Eight of Cups. She's walking away from this entire thing of responsibility. And there's a payout due, right? This person is supposed to pay the workers because they followed through and laid Nancy to rest. She's laying on her sarcophagus. This is a coffin. It's at church. Swords are down. No more words. And that's the truth that I shared with you. Ace of Swords, the clarity. And victory is being had because they got away with it at this point. This person's on their high horse because remember, it all started with a fight. Five of Swords. You don't get this unless you've had the battle. Then you get the Six of Wands for victory. I mean, it's all here. It's all here. All right, my lovelies, I said I'd only go on about 2 minutes. I hit 2 minutes. I am done doing my reading. I appreciate you guys staying tuned in with me. Remember, everything is just my interpretation of the cards. You might feel completely different, and that's okay too. All right, my loves, we're going to jump off here. There'll be about 3-minute little window of time while I switch some things up. And then I'm going to come back and let you guys ask the questions because you're far better at it than I am. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the likes, subscriptions, hyping it up, watching the video to the end, making a comment, sharing the video, all of it, all of it. You guys are just growing our channel. And it's so inspiring to just dig even deeper in the Nancy Guthrie case. I appreciate you very much. And I love you with all of my heart. To the moon and back. See you soon.
I was born to the dirt, I shall return when my eyes are closed in the shadows. My enemies will think they won, but I am here to stay. Destiny will overcome, no, I am not afraid. the darkness.